This morning's guest runs for a hobby. Today she's running for the March of Dimes. Who is she? You'll meet her coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Villa Romana Italian Restaurant, the Italian restaurant of the year between 7th and 8th Avenues South, Kings Highway and Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the March of Dimes Chef's Auction to be held tonight at 6:30. And we're visiting with the Executive Director of the PD Division, Crystal Hummer. Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Great early on
this opportunity.
Crazy night tonight, and
Absolutely.
obviously all day today. As you
Absolutely.
leave here, you're heading over to the Sheridan probably to keep getting ready. I know you all have been putting
Yes.
a lot of time already.
We have, and we're very excited.
The Sheridan Convention Center Hotel, formerly the Radisson, now the Sheridan Convention Center Hotel, is a perfect venue for the Chef's Auction. They had it there last year, and obviously they really wrapped around the March of Dimes, wanting to make the event successful probably year after year to come.
Absolutely. And we're very excited that they're having us back again this year. It is a great venue.
You know, Lois Ergel was with us on Friday, and
Yes.
she was still promoting, come on, you can buy a table still, folks can call today. Obviously, right now, we got to focus on folks that may not have even heard of the event and could still come out tonight. It is black tie optional, right?
It is
so
black
folks can
tie
come in
optional.
just wearing a suit.
Yes.
Come in dressed. What would be the attire for ladies if they may not have anything planned yet for a black tie optional event?
Well, obviously, women can just come after work if they have a dress or a suit
Great.
on. That would be appropriate.
Okay.
Cocktail attire or formal attire.
Good.
The theme is it's an Oscars theme.
Oh, great.
So formal attire is definitely, it would work. We
Yeah.
hope that, that
Some
the
folks
ladies will get
Yeah.
excited and dress up.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I think a lot of
absolutely.
folks have. Some of the ones we've talked to, and of course the Herald is excited and real active in tonight's event, and I know some
They
of our
are.
folks are really going to get decked out. Johnny Suzuki, another one of the big sponsors. You've got a lot of great
Yes,
sponsors
we do have
this
a lot
year.
of great sponsors, and we thank all of our sponsors. In addition to Myrtle Beach Herald and Johnny Suzuki, we also have Sparks Toyota,
Right, yes.
First Reliance Bank,
Good, yeah.
Inlet Pediatrics,
Okay.
U.S. Food Service, and Sonic. So we're
Fantastic.
a lot of great sponsors.
A litany of folks, and obviously a lot of folks having bought tables. You've also got a tremendous new sponsor this year, the Fund the Mission sponsor.
Yes, that's the Douglas Company out of Ainer.
Right.
David Douglas is the owner of that company. He's been
Right.
very involved with the March of Dimes over the years and
yeah.
agreed to do our service, the Fund the Mission sponsor this year.
He and his wife, Christy Holiday Douglas, big supporters of the March of
Yes,
Dimes.
they
He was
are.
our honoree
Yes.
at the Real Estate Breakfast, now the Community Servant of the Year, Community Servant Award, and he was an honoree a few years ago and a tremendous one at that.
Yes.
Those early morning breakfasts the March of Dimes
yes.
likes to have. Kind of
We
prefer
love mornings.
events like tonight. Yeah, well, of course, it's 7 a.m. now,
That's
and in
right.
11 and a half hours, folks will be showing up. Probably a lot of folks that will be there all during the day. I know
That's
last year when I
correct.
arrived, Lois Ergel had chaired the event last year, and all these folks like Roddy Dickinson, Horry County's treasurer, the Honorable Roddy Dickinson, and other elected officials were standing around that had been there much of the day.
That's right, that's
Volunteering,
right.
getting ready for that event.
That's right, and we're fortunate to have a lot of great volunteers again this year who will be working all day today to help us get ready for tonight.
Right. If a viewer wants to attend and hadn't heard about it, didn't see Lois last week, hadn't seen all these TV spots or print ads or billboards, they can just show up.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Tickets can be purchased at the door for $150 each.
Great. Give folks a sense of what they're going to get if they come, and let's say it's a couple and they can spend $300. Most of that is going straight into the March of Dimes.
Yes, it is. We are very fortunate to have wonderful restaurants donate all of their time and the food for this event.
Right.
We will have a silent auction,
Right.
which will be held at the beginning, and during that time the chefs will also provide samplings from their signature dishes.
Great,
So that's
yeah.
very exciting. A lot of good
the
food.
15 or so restaurants, they'll have some of their signature.
Yes, they will. All of the
right.
restaurants will have stations, and you can eat while you're bidding on items, or you can
Great.
sit down and just relax.
Yeah.
We do hope that the attendees will be bidding on those auction
Oh,
items
yeah,
today.
yeah.
And then the silent auction will close. The event starts at 6:45. Registration starts at 6:45, or excuse me, 6:30.
6:30, right.
The silent auction station will close at 7:45,
Right.
and the live auction begins at 8 o'clock.
Oh, great. Okay.
And we have a lot of great auction packages to auction
Yes,
off this
you
year.
really do.
Really excited, yes. So it's
Absolutely.
a great event and a lot of fun. And obviously, the money goes to a wonderful mission and organization.
Share with viewers who may not be familiar, they've heard of the March of Dimes, they know the story of Franklin Delano Roosevelt and obviously polio and the impact that the March of Dimes had on helping to cure polio many, many years
Yes.
ago. What has it done since then, and why is the March of Dimes an important organization?
The March of Dimes has actually done a lot of wonderful things. The mission of the March of Dimes is to prevent prematurity, birth defects, and infant mortality.
Okay.
That's done through research, advocacy, community grants.
Right.
And, you know, all of these things are very important. Our focus over the past few years has been prematurity.
Prematurity is
Yes,
a big focus.
absolutely.
Yes.
1 in 8 babies born nationally are born premature.
Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. And we just found out recently that in South Carolina that number was the same, but it has increased to 1 in 6.
No.
Which is very unfortunate considering all the work and the research that continues to be done. We just have to
Yeah.
keep fighting harder.
1 in 6 babies are born prematurely.
Yes.
In the exact, is that anything earlier than, I think I remember, was it earlier than 33 weeks or
It's 37 weeks.
37 weeks?
Yes.
So anything born within the first 37 weeks is going to be premature.
That's correct.
And that's a big deal.
That's
1 in
correct.
6 babies are born that much early.
Yes, and low birth weight babies would be considered less than 5.8 pounds, which is also, you know, that could be a very serious
Right.
health risk also.
I know you're not a research scientist, Crystal, but are there any reason why prematurity has gone up so much? I mean, has gotten that much worse in South Carolina, going from 1 in 8 or 168 babies a week down to, or even higher, to 1 in 6. So that's almost 20%. 16-17% of babies are born prematurely.
Well, I think that it's a fact that if you've had a history
Right.
of problems with birth,
Right.
then your risk is higher.
Yeah.
In addition, genetics plays an important role.
yeah.
And also geography. A lot of young teen pregnancies
Right.
in poor rural areas of South Carolina. Unfortunately, these mothers do not get a lot of times the health care that they need, and that plays a big role in prematurity.
Absolutely. We want to focus more on the March of Dimes, but real quick about yourself, Crystal. You're originally from the area.
No, I'm not. I'm originally from Sanford, North Carolina.
Oh, good. Great. You
Yes.
still have family up there?
Yes, I do. I sure do.
Do you
All
get
of
up
my
there
family's
often to
there.
visit?
Not as often as I should.
Since you moved to the beach, yeah.
It's hard to leave the beach. It's like
Yeah.
you're on vacation all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, listen to that. Well, you guys are not on vacation of the March of
No,
Dimes.
we're
Of course,
not.
You're the executive director of the PD division,
That's
which is more
correct.
than just Horry or Horry and Marion. It is how large? It's a big old division.
It consists of Marion, Marlboro, Dillon County, Georgetown, and Horry County.
So it's a 6-county. Is
Yes.
Florence part of the PD division?
No, it's not. It's part of the Midlands.
Okay, good. So it's actually tied in. Columbia, they do the walk over there and
Yes, they
otherwise.
do, and they also have a chef's auction there.
Is that right?
Yes.
Golly, things that I don't know about. There's enough things going on. Of course, you've got walks in the fall and in the spring.
That's correct. We have 2 walks in the fall,
Right.
and we have the Horry County walk here in the spring. It's
Yes.
Scheduled for April the 26th this year.
Good, April
At
26th.
Coastal Carolina, once again, and we're really
Love
excited.
that location there in
Absolutely.
Conway. And
Yes.
if a viewer wants to learn more about the March of Dimes, needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, what's the best phone number to call, and is there maybe even a good website, national or local website to visit?
Yes, the phone number for our local office is 488-3463.
Okay.
And the website is marchofdimes.com / South Carolina.
Okay, marchofdimes.com / South Carolina.
That's correct.
843-488-3463.
Yes.
Or dime, as
Yes,
Nick Sherfus
that's
of
right,
First
that's
Reliance
right.
Bank always likes to say.
Yes.
you know, it's so great when you think about all the activities, and for you had you always had an interest in getting involved with the March of Dimes, or was there something in it, anything that's impacted your family or a loved one, prematurity or birth defects that impacted you, or just the mission of the March of Dimes really tickled or got you interested?
The mission of the March of Dimes, my background is in fundraising, and when I moved to the beach, I knew that I wanted to get back with an organization that did have a very important mission. There's nothing to me more important than going to work every day and knowing that you're making a difference.
Right.
And it is a great mission, and I'm very proud to be a part of the March of Dimes.
And the dollars tonight will really make a difference,
Oh,
Crystal?
absolutely.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's great.
We're real proud in South Carolina. 93 cents of every dollar raised goes to the mission.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yes,
That's
absolutely.
crazy. I mean,
yes.
that's a very tight,
Yes.
that's one of the strong...
It's very, very tight, but we're fortunate to have a lot of great businesses that donate their time, their products, their venues,
Right.
And that definitely helps keep our costs down.
That is tremendous. 93 cents of every
93
dollar goes
cents.
straight into research, into education, into community service type activities to make sure the folks know about the March of Dimes.
That's correct, and we are very proud of that. Very
Wow,
proud.
that is tremendous. I see you've got a list of some of the restaurants that are donating not only food, but also chefs, their support staff for tonight's event. Obviously, last Tuesday, or Tuesday week, 2 weeks ago, we were promoting the Taste of the Town, which is a big local event. We were talking about chefs and restaurants, and to think about now, Monday the 22nd, so much is going on, and a lot of focus on these 15 plus restaurants, confirmed restaurants for tonight's event. Share with viewers just to highlight those restaurants and folks that have really stepped out to donate their time and services tonight.
Okay, we have Abuelo's Mexican Food Embassy,
Right.
Black Tie. We have 2 restaurants from the Divine Dining Group,
Great.
2 restaurants from the Grand Dunes Group,
Oh, great.
Greg Norman's Australian Grill,
Yes.
Horry Georgetown Technical College,
Great.
Alamarada Fish Company,
Oh, great.
Rio's Brazilian Steakhouse,
Tremendous.
Sea Blues Tapas Restaurant and Bar,
Wow.
Sweetgrass Catering,
Yes.
The Melting Pot, and Thoroughbreds Chop House and Seafood Grill.
Fantastic. Well,
A lot
these are
of
some
wonderful
magnificent restaurants, and obviously all the efforts they go into, not only the chefs, but the restaurant themselves, to allow the chefs to come out, and other than the Melting Pot, I guess, where it's all, we're doing the actual work there, other than the Melting Pot, I mean, the chefs are really a central piece.
Yes,
But support
they are.
staff that comes out and highlights some of their great, I know this guy named Tommy from the Melting Pot, who I met recently, is going to be out there tonight,
That's
really helping to make it
We're really
happen.
excited. And,
Yeah.
the food will be great. Everyone should come out and attend.
Right,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Well, you know, some of the auction packages, of course, there's live and silent. Some of the examples that stick out in your mind, are there things, if you were just hearing about the March of Dimes for the first, or tonight's chef's auction for the first time, is there anything that really sticks out in your mind that you, if you were an attendee versus someone who's going to be scurrying about tonight, Crystal, would really want to get your hands on there in the silent auction? And then we can highlight some of these amazing chef's packages and other live auction items.
I know that there is a custom-made dollhouse.
Ooh, great, yeah.
Yes, and I have not had the opportunity to see it yet, but I've heard that it's beautiful, and Christmas is right around the corner, so it would make a great gift for a little girl.
Good, yeah.
We also have, which we do every year, we have a wheelbarrow full of nice wines, and that's always a very exciting item that usually does very well. We have a
Right.
lot of people that like to bid on that.
I know some folks probably sitting here in the room that are going to go after that. Yeah.
Absolutely. There are a lot of great packages. We're still in the process of putting those out today. I haven't had the opportunity to see all of them.
Look at all of them, yeah.
Yes, because the volunteers put the packages together. So once I get back over to the convention
Right,
center, I'll
yeah.
get the opportunity to view those.
Yeah, you
So-
probably spent last night there at the convention center trying to get
Oh,
everything ready.
yes,
There's so much
yes.
that has to happen.
Absolutely.
And of course, volunteers, you highlighted volunteers here at the beginning this morning. Volunteers really have to make it happen. You've got a tremendous volunteer chairman this year. I believe is it Rigby Wilson?
It is Rigby Wilson.
The general manager of WFXB Fox TV, the station we're airing on now.
And he does a wonderful job.
Great volunteer committee. Who are some of the folks without? Yeah, I mean, obviously Lois Ergel's still involved. She was out on Friday at the mall, bumping up the event, trying to get folks out. And you've got a lot of volunteers there.
We do. Roddy Dickinson has served on our committee this year.
Great. The Honorable, the Treasurer, Horry County's Treasurer,
Nick Sherfacy.
Absolutely. Who's very active, the former founding chairman of the board for the PD division.
Yes, Franklin Long, who is the current board.
Oh, yeah, the chairman. Yes, of Burroughs and Chapin, that's right.
Yes. And then we have several different committees. We also have a silent auction committee.
Good, good.
Bob Nichols has chaired that committee for several years, and it's just done a great job. I don't know what we would do without Bob. He really, it takes a lot of time and commitment to go out and get all of the items, and he doesn't do it alone, but once he gets all of the package or all of the items, he is the one who actually puts the packages together. He just does an amazing job at that, and we're just so fortunate to have him.
Get Bob on the show sometime, Crystal. We'd love to highlight him because he is so dedicated and helps really come up with some tremendous items that generate a lot of revenue for the March of Dimes. And some of those dollars, I know in the past, they can't do it every year, but they've had some special wine events in the past to help drum up separate money on the side. Again, not able to do it every year, but to his relationship with some of the great groups like U.S. Food Service that you highlighted and their ability serving so many restaurants here on the Strand and so many of these restaurants that are confirmed restaurants for tonight's event. It really means a lot.
It does. We're very fortunate to have him and all of our volunteers. They've done an amazing job.
Yes, very definitely. I see some of these tremendous, in addition to the chef's packages,
the live
some of these, the his and hers, which CNC Designs and Belk there at Colonial Mall and Formal Wear of Myrtle Beach have donated a tremendous package. Folks can only guess what that is when I say his and hers, because they go all out to really a night of royalty. Divine Dining Group really opening up again year after year. I actually just had an event recently that Divine had donated to the Chef's Auction last year. And it was tremendous up at Umi, the Pacific Grill, and they sent a limo out. It was overwhelming, over the top, truly. And they've done it again this year. Rio's, the Brazilian Steakhouse, of course. Have you been there yet, Chris?
No, I have not had the opportunity.
You need to go.
I want to go, definitely. I hear it's
skip breakfast and lunch all day to do that. We just got 7 or 8 minutes, and we could go on these items, item after item. Of course, a big opportunity to visit Disney World. Big package there. And some of these, you just couldn't get these kind of deals out on the street. You couldn't call Disney World and get this kind of a special package or tied in with the Walt Disney World Resort Hilton there. You just couldn't get those without attending an event like tonight's Chef's Auction.
That's correct.
Yeah, a lot of them. Are you ready for some football? Fox TV really donated some great football packages here. And that is a special thing to think about when you've got volunteers that are going out collecting auction packages and auction items. Putting them all together is a specialty there, trying to figure out how best they can flow. But some of these lower 50-yard line tickets for tremendous football games and a lake house getaway. ERA, All-Team Realty, really going all out there. We've got page after page. Folks just need to get out tonight.
Absolutely.
To see the tremendous display. How about if someone cannot attend tonight's event? If it just doesn't work, is there anything they can do to still help out the March of Dimes?
Absolutely. If someone would like to make a donation, they can contact the office at 488-3463.
Okay.
And if they would like to designate it to this event, they can just say, I would like to make a donation to be designated for the Signature Chef's Auction, and it will go towards this event. But there are a lot of people that can't make it that would like to get involved or would like to do something, and that's a great way to do it. It's just write a check for a donation.
Right. They can call you at 488-3463 to get the address there. Is it Laurel Street?
It's 314 Laurel Street, Suite 201 in Conway.
Good. And the zip code there, if someone's writing that, not to put you on the spot, do you know it?
29526.
She knows it, 29526.
Yes.
That's very good. Right there on Laurel Street, 314 Laurel Street, Suite 201, you
201,
said. That's great. Well, folks can take the time, oftentimes, and as you said, every dollar is really going to make a difference.
Yes, it does. And I would like to add that we have a portion of the program. It's called Fund the Mission, and it's an opportunity for folks who do attend the event to just give from their heart. They're not purchasing anything. We take a few minutes during the program. We have some of our ambassador families speak about their involvement.
Good, yes.
And what they've been through.
Families, just for viewers who may not be familiar with what that means, what's an ambassador family?
An ambassador family is someone who has been touched by the March of Dimes. They may have had a premature child. They may have had a child that had a birth defect, or maybe even lost a child. And they've gotten involved with the March of Dimes, and they've been an ambassador for us, and they tell their story, so folks will understand, what we do and understand what they go through.
Very important.
Yes.
And the ambassador family's roles, not only important at tonight's event, but also at the different walks you have, now called March for Babies, or soon to be called March for Babies,
correct.
the former Walk Americas that folks
correct.
know about. The one held at Coastal Carolina University last year, and in all the communities, whether it was in Loris formerly, where Kobe Williams or Maria Elias Williams' son, or so many of the families out there, up in Marlborough County, or Marion or Dillon counties, all these walk locations
We
that y'all
have
are traveling to over to Lake City, for instance. People are really making a difference.
They really do, and we're very fortunate to have a lot of great people involved with our organization.
Yeah, so folks could... How about, do you ever have volunteer needs in the office or otherwise, Crystal? If a viewer doesn't have any money, possibly, but they want to help out, can they come help out in the office, or can they possibly help out for the upcoming walk in the spring?
There's just 2 of us in our office for this division, and as you said, it's 6 counties. So there is a lot of responsibility and work that is done in our office, and we can always use great volunteers in the office. And we also need good committee members. It takes a lot to pull off an event like this in our walks.
Yes.
So we encourage folks that if they're interested, please give us a call.
Yes, okay. 488-DIME, 488-3463. I've got to say, Graham Golf Cars.
Oh, yes.
Year after year, going above and beyond this E-Z-GO golf car they're donating for tonight's event. Again, folks can come in and write a check, bring their credit card, of course, the opportunity, even bring some cash, but preferably be out there with a credit card or a check to help either buy those 2 tickets. And as you said, a big portion of that is going straight into the March of Dimes.
Yes, it is.
That's wonderful. Be a Grand Dunes member for a day. I'd like to do that. Just to have a chance to cross that bridge over into that fancy development over there. The Caribbean Charm at Crystal Cove, the Elegant Group donating a fantastic 5-night stay there. Isla Mirada Holiday, what another tremendous chef's auction package that someone just could not get out on the street or anywhere. And of course, finally, the USC versus Clemson or Florida. Someone wants to see USC go after the Tigers, or after the Florida. That'd be a tough matchup there. But 2 tickets there at Williams-Brice Stadium in one of their luxury boxes.
That's right.
And of course, some white-coated waiter service. WFXB, Fox TV, again, donating some. And you've got package after package there.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Package
Very
after
exciting.
package. There's all these different facts and figures about the March of Dimes. You could go on and on just highlighting some of the ones that really stick out. Of course, you highlighted the national figures, the 1 in 8 babies impacted by prematurity, and in South Carolina it has gotten as severe as 1 in 6 babies. About 168 babies a week on the national figures there in South Carolina. Those are dramatic.
They are dramatic.
Those are really dramatic. Are there many neonatal intensive care units in this area?
We do have some. In some of the larger cities, we have some neonatal intensive care units. And funding from the March of Dimes helped start those. So I would like to add that there are a lot of people that do not realize what the March of Dimes has done. They may not even realize that they were impacted by the March of Dimes. If they could have had a baby that was born, maybe not prematurely, but had to stay in a NICU unit. And funding from the March of Dimes started those. Also, a lot of babies are born, their lungs are not developed, and they may not realize that funding and research for surfactant therapy is that's given to babies with lungs that are underdeveloped, and they may not realize that that was funded and the research for that was from the March of Dimes. Right. So many people are impacted by our organization and just don't even realize that you don't have to have a premature baby or a baby with a birth defect to be. That's right.
Impacted by the March of Dimes. Those are great words, Crystal. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Crystal Hummer coming up next. You know, we've just started the week and we're already running out of time on our first guest of the week. We didn't have a chance to talk to Crystal about running in marathons or competing professionally as a shagger up there at Studebakers, but we did have time for her to highlight the tremendous need of the March of Dimes, the need to get out there tonight. The event's in 11 hours at the Sheraton, the Myrtle Beach Convention Center Hotel. Get out there. They've been tremendous. They've opened up their doors, given a great rate for the March of Dimes to get in. The tickets are $150 each. I know that sounds like a lot of money. $150. You don't need to call any phone numbers. You don't need to do anything. Just show up tonight, cut a check, bring your credit card, whatever you do, make an effort to get out there. It's 11 hours from now. Easy to find. You heard her say it's an Oscar theme. Get dressed up. Get decked out. Pull some of the duds out that you haven't put it on in a couple of years. Just get out tonight to work on saving babies together. Prematurity is a cause that a lot of folks are interested in, whether it's you, a loved one, a family member, someone you know has been impacted severely by prematurity or birth defects, and the March of Dimes is working every day to make a difference. If you can't get out tonight, think of 314 Laurel Street right there in Conway, Suite 201, 29526, 29526, or pick up the phone, 843-488-3463. Make a difference. Work to save babies.